This is a second and third stimulus check update. Joe Biden briefed top Democrats about the new multi-trillion-dollar stimulus package that will include the $2,000 stimulus checks. I'll give you the latest details of what we know so far, as well as the timeline and when you could expect to get the $2,000 stimulus check. More Republicans are in support of the impeachment, and the House is set to vote today for the impeachment proceedings. Then I'll answer the questions you leave for me regarding the $600 stimulus check, including SSI, SSDI, as well as other issues in getting that $600 check. I hope you're having a great day so far. Have a lot of important news to cover, so let's just get right into it. So I asked the other day whether you thought prisoners should get the second $600 stimulus check. Most of you said no, some of you said yes. It was a really interesting debate, but just to clarify, prisoners are eligible for the second $600 stimulus check. Moving on to impeachment news. So the House is set to vote today, Wednesday, January 13th, to impeach Trump for the second time for the incited Capitol riot. So the 25th Amendment attempt failed last night by Nancy Pelosi, asking Vice President Mike Pence to invoke the 25th Amendment. Mike Pence, of course, denied that. So today, the House is going to vote for impeachment. One of the Democrat representatives says President Trump represents a clear and present danger to the Republic. More specifically, Representative Jamie Raskin of Maryland says, "We think the President of the United States constitutes a clear and present danger to the Republic." So obviously a Democrat is going to say that about a Republican president, but the shocking thing is there is more GOP and Republican support for President Trump's impeachment. The latest Republican to vote for impeachment is Representative Liz Cheney of Wyoming, said Tuesday that she will vote to impeach Trump, and there is more growing support for the impeachment. Also, Mitch McConnell said, this is according to Fox News, which also leans a little more right, said that Mitch McConnell is furious with the president and supports the move to initiate the impeachment proceedings. So I think we all know deep down inside, Mitch McConnell was never really a fan of President Trump. It was more like he was just his boss. But Mitch McConnell, the most powerful representative for the Republicans right now, is in support of the impeachment proceedings. He didn't say whether he would vote to impeach or not, but he is for the proceedings to go forward. Let me know your thoughts on the impeachment process down in the comments below. Mitch McConnell is saying that the impeachment may not even happen until President Trump is out of office. Is it even necessary? Let me know your thoughts on that down in the comments below. Moving on to the $2,000 stimulus check news. So Joe Biden's team briefs Congress on the emerging stimulus plan. We'll give you the latest details, and he's aiming for a bipartisan deal. So with a high price tag, bipartisan deal, it may be kind of hard to do, but with Joe Biden just entering office, he wants to show that he is supporting both Republicans and Democrats, which means that if it's going to be bipartisan, he's going to give a lot of things to the Republicans, most likely liability shield protection, which the Democrats called a poison pill. So it should be really interesting how Joe Biden manages to get this as a bipartisan deal, especially being multi-trillion. So tomorrow, Joe Biden is going to unveil the actual details. What we know so far is that it's going to include the $2,000 stimulus check payment, enhanced unemployment, so they said it's going to be higher than $300 per week and actually longer. Then it's going to be money for vaccine distribution, rental assistance, student loan forgiveness. There's a lot to this package, so it should be really interesting to see what's in it, and then also how the Republicans respond to it. Chuck Schumer made a statement saying that the coronavirus relief is the first order of business for the Democrat Senate. So Chuck Schumer, who is now the majority leader for the Senate, starting January 20th, that is when he's going to have control. So anything that the Democrats want in the House, most likely they could pass it in the Senate, but we have to remember that they need 60 votes, which means Republicans, there's going to have to be 10 Republicans who are going to have to vote for the stimulus package in order for it to pass. Chuck Schumer said, as soon as the new Senate is organized and Vice President Harris has been sworn in, we will immediately set to work to deliver on that goal. As our first order of legislative business, please prepare to address additional COVID emergency relief legislation. So That's going to be the first order of business. But when? When can we expect to get a $2,000 stimulus check? So Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are going to be sworn in on January 20th. January 22nd is when the Georgia Democrat senators are going to be officially in the Senate, making it a 50-50 split with Kamala Harris being the tiebreaker as vice president. So it seems that if this is going to be the first order of business, if it passes, it could be the earliest as February that we could see a $2,000 stimulus check. But of course, as we all know, everything happens in the Senate, and that's where the biggest obstacles and roadblocks are. So it'll be interesting to see Mitch McConnell being demoted down to minority leader and Chuck Schumer as the majority leader, and see what could actually be done. Is this going to be a change, or is it going to be the same stuff as last time, just different names and different positions? We'll see. I'll keep you updated on that. Subscribe to the channel if you want the latest about the $2,000 stimulus check. Now, the opposition to the $2,000 stimulus check, of course, is going to happen. We have a lot of Republicans who are against it. Also, Democrat representative of West Virginia, Joe Manchin, said that he is not for the $2,000 stimulus check, which I think is fine. I don't think it's that big of a problem because Joe Manchin represents just one representative out of all of the representatives who voted for the $2,000 stimulus check the first time. So just a reminder, when the $2,000 standalone bill had a vote in the House, it passed. It passed by a big majority, which means Republicans actually voted for it as well. So it passed 275 to 134. This is the standalone $2,000 stimulus check, and 44 Republicans actually voted for it. So one Democrat, Joe Manchin, I don't think is that big of a deal not voting for it. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Are we going to wait another 8 months for this $2,000 stimulus check? Is it going to be dragged on, or because of the new administration, are we going to see some action actually happen? Let me know your thoughts on this down in the comments below. Moving on to some other stimulus news. So Maryland governor is proposing to give $750 stimulus payments to its residents. It's going to go out to 400,000 Maryland residents. So if you live in Maryland, keep a lookout for that. That'll be good. Any extra money is definitely helpful. Also, Florida is going to receive $850 million for rental assistance through the rental assistance program. So if you live in Florida, be on the lookout for that. Next, I'm going to answer the questions you leave for me in the comments. Ria Lou de la Cruz asks, for the student loan forgiveness, is it only going to be just people with the federal student loans, or are people with private student loans also included? That's a great question. We still don't know the answer to that. We'll find out for sure tomorrow, Thursday, when the actual details are released. So keep a lookout for that. We'll know for sure. I've heard just federal. Private would be very expensive. It would be great if they included private as well, but I'll keep you updated on that. Yolanda Bugs asks, I'm on SSI and I got my first $1,200 stimulus check. The IRS is trying to audit me for my 2018 taxes. Will I still get the $600 stimulus check? Yes, you will. So regardless of what's going on with the IRS, you are eligible for that $600 stimulus check if you got the first one. Beverly Robinson asks, they sent me my stimulus to the wrong account and there is no way to add the correct bank information. My question is, how can I change my banking information? Unfortunately, you cannot change that information now. With the first stimulus check, you were able to go into the Get My Payment tool and switch some information around. You're not able to do that now, so you would have to claim a recovery rebate credit when you do your taxes for 2020. That's the best way that you could get the stimulus check if for a wrong amount or wrong account, or you just never received it. Joanne Anderson asks, are we going to get the remaining amount on this stimulus check and an extra one or not? So I'm assuming you mean, are we getting $1,400 or $2,000? I think that's what your question is. So we still don't know that yet either. They haven't been specific whether we're going to get an entirely new $2,000 check or a $1,400 difference check of the $600. Also, I just want to let you know really quick that if you are expecting to get a stimulus check, even if you got direct deposit last time, you could get a debit card. This is what the debit card looks like, and this is what the envelope looks like. So even if you got a paper check or direct deposit last time, you can get this debit card this time, so be on the lookout for that. A couple more questions here regarding SSI. So Patrick Probst asks, I'm on SSI with direct deposit and haven't received my second stimulus yet. So I would be patient. If you got it the first time, direct deposit, you will get it the second time, but also be aware you could get it paper check or that debit card. So be on the lookout for that. They're still sending out checks. Not everyone has received the second $600 stimulus check yet. Another question here, Glenda Box asks, can people on SSI and SSDI get rental assistance? Yes, as long as you meet the other qualifications for rental assistance, then you can get it. I think I pulled up an article here. Yes, so here is the details of the $25 billion rental assistance program. Some of the qualifications are you just have to show that you are, or one person in the house has to be eligible for unemployment, a few other qualifications, but you're not disqualified for SSI and SSDI. Moving on to COVID news, some new things have been happening here. So yesterday we had 229,000 cases, and then a lot more lawmakers have tested positive for COVID after the Capitol siege, which I think is interesting, and I'm not sure how that'll affect the upcoming votes coming up. And that is all the stimulus news I have for you today. To brighten and cheer you up a bit, here is my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Hi guys, this is Bella. This is the tip of the day. I tell you the one thing that you should do. When you feel something and you don't really feel good, then be grateful what you have. Be thankful. Because the next day I might not be there. So that's what I wanted to say. True or false? Bye.
And if you want the best system to manage your money, it's called the 50-30-20 rule. I go over it in this video over here. It's on my Wise Sense channel. So basically it's a way to divide your money into needs, wants, and necessities. And then once you figure that out, you're able to manage your money a lot better, and you won't have that feeling anymore wondering where all of your money went. You'll know exactly where it went. So click that video right now, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, be safe. Thank you for watching.